Hello, my name is Gabe Villamizar. I'm sitting here with Ian Elmore, artistic director for Mozart and the Knobs. It occurred to me that we should have a conversation for our future audience members, our public, our fellows, because we have so many people that believe in us, that love what we're trying to do, and it's equally met by those that have no idea who we are. So I thought it would be a great idea for us to get together and just have a conversation about Mozart and the Knobs. How are you doing, man?
Doing good. I'm doing good. I'm happy to be here. How are you?
I'm doing great. Can't complain. So I guess I'll just kick it off then by asking you what inspired to start Mozart and the Knobs?
I wanted to start a music festival um, that offered the music of Mozart to people of all, shapes and sizes and types. I
Right.
wanted to give people the opportunity to study and listen to this music um, that, perhaps previously were not given the opportunity to study or listen to this music, but um, that's the biggest thing for me. There have been a lot of festivals, especially in the vocal community, but also just in general. There have been a lot of festivals historically that, a student will get accepted to a festival and they're like, yeah, come study, study music with us for 6 weeks. And then they get a $8,000 price tag.
Yeah.
Um, and it makes it impossible for some of these students and artists to really pursue their dreams and pursue the development of their artistic voice. So kind of wanted to eliminate those barriers.
Yeah. Couldn't agree with you more. And so why did we pick your hometown of New Albany?
Well, we picked the hometown of New Albany. Obviously, I'm a little bit biased. It's my hometown. I love this town. Um, New Albany is a town that has a rich history of music education and also has a really unique tapestry of artists that are working to make this community a more textured and more colorful community and just more enjoyable. But I think largely for me, it's because I know that this community, I know that the music education history of this community. I know that both of the high schools and several and the middle schools of this area have sort of trailblazed in terms of music education. They've done a lot of and arts education in general. They've done a lot of really incredible things historically, and the community has always been very excited about that. They've been very excited about the theater arts department at both of the high schools in this area, and they've been excited about the orchestras at both of the high schools in this area. And I think leaning into that and seeing that the community is perhaps ready for an event that takes all of that to the next level. I
Right.
think the community is ready for that. I think the community wants that. Um, and I think that New Albany is a perfect town to get something like that rolling. There's a lot of towns like this across America that have the audience and they have the people and they have the education, they have the music education, they have the local artists, but they don't have the music festival that can sort of act as a sort of appreciation of that community. I think that that's kind of what this is all about for me on a personal level, and why I chose New Albany is that I really appreciate this community a lot. I appreciate what this community has done for me as a musician, and I want to show that. I want to give that back.
Right. And so why does your community deserve something like this?
My community deserves this. New Albany and Floyd County deserve this because, like I said, that rich music education history. The music educators in this county work tireless hours to offer their students the best music education that they can get. And the parents support that. Very often the parents support that. And in addition to that, for about a half a century, this community has supported, high school music and high school theater arts in a way that's like really, really, really vibrant and bold. And these organizations have sent these orchestras across America to sort of represent our community. I think that this community deserves a festival. I mean, the community deserves to have an orchestra all year.
Right.
The community deserves to have, a chamber music society all year, and to have concerts happening every week across genres. The community deserves that, as many communities do deserve. But specifically here, this community deserves to be paid back for all that it's done for music education. It deserves to have something given back to it that shows, you are a community that deserves to have a festival like this, because it is.
Right. A return of investment.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice. Yeah. We've received like over almost 100 applicants from all over the nation, even some internationally. And I did the numbers briefly before this interview. Can you believe we have applicants from 20 US states and 5 different countries?
I knew it was like over 10, but wow, 20. That's humbling. That's overwhelming, a little bit. I think it's incredible that people from, because I saw a little bit, I saw like Texas and California and Florida and New York, and then some places around the world want to come to New Albany, Indiana to study Mozart for 2 weeks. I think that says a lot about our faculty. I think it says a lot. I think it says a lot about our mission and what we're doing, and sort of the nature of the festival itself. But it says a lot about what these students are looking for. They're not looking for, something where they're going to be asked to give all that money and do all that. They're looking for somewhere where they can be appreciated as young artists. And that's sort of our whole thing,
Right. Yeah. I mean, it really shows the inherent value of the program that we're trying to start. I mean, even with a limited marketing budget, and we only put it in a few places, we had such like a big response from all over. And I actually have the list, if you want to hear it, of the state.
Yeah. I'd love to hear it.
Yeah, I'll try to do this quick. New York, Illinois, Kentucky, Florida, California, Indiana, Oregon, Massachusetts, Mississippi, Texas, Pennsylvania, South Carolina, Connecticut, Georgia, Virginia, Hawaii, Louisiana, New Jersey, New Mexico, Alabama. And those are just from the United States. We also got applicants from Peru, Argentina, Great Britain, and Hungary.
That's really moving. Yeah, I mean, it's interesting to think about, like a year ago, we were just like kind of just talking about this and just like, I think we can do this.
Yeah.
And to see that level of interest with almost no marketing, that level of interest with just these young artists seeing the rawest, purest form of what it is we're going to offer, and that level of interest already, it is incredibly encouraging, and it is moving to me. It makes me think that we're doing something that these future artists of the world, and in addition to our faculty, it's something that these people believe in.
Definitely. And I mean, we have faculty from all over the place. They have tenured university positions. They're teaching at all great schools of music across the country. A lot of them are from the states that I just mentioned, but even from Korea and from all different places. Here, I didn't write those down.
We had a percussion is from Costa Rica.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. So it just, again, really emphasizes that. And specifically now we're talking about the faculty. Why did you pick our faculty? I know that you hand selected these faculty members from all over the place. What do they have to offer our fellows?
Well, they have unique perspectives. A lot of our faculty have really unique perspectives in that they do come from a very diverse background of professionalism in music. You know, we, like you said, we do have college professors. We do have extremely high level freelancers who have done some incredible work just as freelancers. We have people who have won orchestra jobs. We have people who have won chamber music jobs. We have people who have played in, you know, national symphonies for their respective regions. And all of these different perspectives will be available to the students that come, to the fellows that come, all of these perspectives. So, you know, we will encourage our fellows to pick the brains of these professionals and sort of how they got to the positions that they're at. You know, every single path that every single one of these faculty took is a valid and valuable path in music. And this is a unique situation. It's a unique opportunity for our fellows to sort of pick their brains. And aside from that, I've had personal conversations with every single one of our faculty. Some of them I've known for 17 years. Some of them I've known for, you know, a year. Some of them I've known for 10 years. I've met them from different places, different music festivals that I've attended as a student or as associate. And we kept up our relationships. But in the conversations that we've had, you know, we've talked about what this festival is and why it's something that I personally believe in. And in the conversations, you know, they have expressed their belief in this festival. They've expressed their belief in a future where students, regardless of background, are given the opportunity to learn and create beautiful music. And I think that that's where our faculty is unique. All of our faculty are making sacrifices to come here and give their knowledge and give their experience to these students. You know, one faculty spoke to me. They've given up, you know, they said no to several higher paying opportunities because they believe in the mission of this festival. They believe in helping to craft a future that is not predatory towards students. That's the most important thing to me. All of our faculty are remarkable musicians that have incredible resumes as musicians, but more importantly, all of our faculty are good people. Right. And that is number one for me.
Amazing. No, and you actually mentioned predatory. And I want to ask you about that. What do you mean predatory, and why is the landscape of classical music sort of considered that way?
Well, financially predatory primarily is what I'm talking about. There are festivals across America or across the world where, especially in the vocal community, you'll get accepted and then it'll be like, okay, the price tag is $8,000, figure it out. Oh, and by the way, when you get here, you might not get the opportunities you thought you were going to get. Oh, and by the way, you know, it's always an additional, oh, you have to find housing, or we're not going to offer you any scholarships. This is an opportunity for you. You should feel lucky to even be able to, you know, to even be accepted, you know. And that's been going on for a while. And I'll be completely frank, that breaks my heart. There are so many good musicians out there. There are more world-class musicians now than there ever have been. You know, you could take the number of people with music degrees working in coffee shops. Like, you could take people who are just working in coffee shops with music degrees and pick them all up and make an orchestra out of them. And that orchestra will be better than the orchestra that premiered Beethoven 5.
Wow.
And those people are not afforded the opportunities that they deserve. So I want to be a part, and all of our faculty want to be a part, and you want to be a part, Gabe, of the wave of musicians and arts administrators and teachers that creates a future where these people get opportunities.
Right. And it's funny that you mentioned that, like, so many people are very talented, working 10 different types of gigs, traveling everywhere just to play, just to do what they love.
Mhm.
Um, and, you know, one of the first conversations that we had many years ago when you first talked to me about this idea, and we mentioned that we wanted to give people a platform that was not predicated on socioeconomic background and solely just their musical skills and their, you know, their want to learn something new, their desire to learn. And
Mhm.
I really think that we're going to do a great job at doing this. And it just, I want to ask you specifically, how does equity and inclusion, how is that featured at the forefront of our mission?
So when I think about the terms equity and inclusion, right, I think about barriers.
Yeah.
I think about the fact that there are institutions and organizations across the globe in every facet of professionalism, and doesn't matter what it's in. It could be in the tech world, it could be in the music world, it can be in the film industry, all of the above, where walls and hurdles are built to prevent people uh, from achieving the dreams that they have, right? Um, our festival is equitable and inclusive because it is free. Because it is free, our application fee, non-existent. There is no application fee, right?
Yeah.
We cover housing. We um, the tuition is covered, right? This is all possible because of donors. This is all possible because of audience members coming to concerts and supporting, um, and because of audience members choosing to, you know, believe in these students and want to be a part of these, like the students, the fellows, wanting to be a part of their future, and helping to give them a future where those barriers can be, you know, taken down.
Right. Exactly. And I want you to expand on it a little more because there's a little term that I've seen on all the paperwork that we've done up to this point, and it's also featured on our website. What does the term Mozart is for everyone mean to you?
Mozart is for everyone. Well, aside from the on the nose version of it, Mozart is for everyone. The music of Mozart is for everyone. Like, it's as simple as that. But you can go a little further and think, okay, um, what does Mozart mean in this sentence, right? Mozart means classical music in general. And honestly, you can expand that to be greater than classical music. You can just mean music, right? Um, music is for everyone. And what I mean by everyone is, you mentioned it in our mission statement, socioeconomic background, let's throw that out the window, right? Everyone. I don't care who you are. This music is for you. I don't care if you have a background in classical music. I don't care if you have a background in, you know, if you have any knowledge of music theory. I don't care if you have any knowledge of music history. I want you in the audience to see these young artists and our faculties and our faculty and our fellows create music together, and to experience sort of empathy together, right? I want you in the audience, regardless of your background, everyone, right?
Yeah.
Which is why, you know, which is why we are doing that. You'll see on a lot of our ads, we have a suggested donation, right? Um, the suggested donation is there because we want your support of us to be a choice, right? If you can support us, awesome. If you show up and you're like, hey, I can't do this, I can't, you know, that's not something that I can give up right now. Great, come in, take a seat, enjoy the music.
Yeah. Yeah. You
That's
don't
what.
need to know sonata form or have the
Yeah,
means or
no,
anything to experience that.
you
To
don't have to have any prerequisites to come and enjoy these concerts, right? We want to make this as approachable and accessible as possible for everyone.
Wonderful. Well, thank you so much for your time.
Absolutely, man.
think it was very productive, and I look forward to working with you in a few weeks.
Yeah, see you soon. Travel safe.
July 18th, our first concert. Be
July
there.
18th, our first concert. That'll be our faculty concert. It'll just be some of our faculty from across the country that we're going to be featuring them. That'll be kind of our kickoff concert. So we want to see as many of you guys there as possible. It's going to be a fun one.
Yes, it is. Appreciate you.
Appreciate you, dog.